2 mythics in this holoforms, and the question you're all asking is, are these even worth it? The answer is sometimes. We're going to talk about different use cases for both of these two, and this is a fascinating case study here, and I hope they give us more units that help us with game progression like these mythics. So let's look at Mila, and Mila has the standard wall of text that you get from all the refines now. There's a lot of good stuff in here. You get a lot of stats, which makes her bulkier and helps you at the end of a map if she has to absorb a hit. But also, I mean, Mila's turn wheel is kind of great. It's the only thing that you can really get isolation from in a mythic. And then you also get guard and follow-up denial to your team. This unit has very good support. She is not a tip-top of the meta mythic right now, but if this is a merge project for you, then you absolutely have to get this one. Anytime you can use a currency that isn't orbs or dollars, you need to take advantage of that. Let's look at some use cases, and there are 3 main ones that I'm looking at here. And the first is just support, and this is just like it sounds. For any of your Emblem Ikes or other Omni tanks, or even some of your hit and run teams, being able to shut down a dancer is incredibly valuable. For that, you're going to want to stack defense a lot. Fortress Defense Res does that. Sabotage Attack Defense 3, this is an option. I didn't want to show both this and High Dragon Wall here, but understand Sabotage Attack Defense is going to help you debuff your enemy, whereas High Dragon Wall will help get rid of a lot of the shenanigans right now that we have with Emerin or Micaiah. There is a lot of that going around, and being able to shut down ranged warping is incredibly powerful. Now you see I do have Breath of Life 4 on this. Understand that is probably her ideal build, but Breath of Life 4 isn't available on this specific Hall of Forms. Just know that if you're going for max invest, that's probably something you're going to be looking at, especially if this is a core unit of yours. Then we have the meme build, and I joke about this, but understand there is a lot of value in having a carry as a mythic. It opens you up to more support options. You can see in this team we have both a Crom who can reposition you and get you into position, and then also an Embla who can shut down all of the saves, and particularly when we're talking about having AoE stuff. I mean, Embla is going to help you get the cooldown, but also you don't have to worry about Myrrh so much, because Myrrh is very good at shutting down AoEs. Just understand that this is not going to be a tip of the meta type of deal, but it is really fun. The last case is using this unit for score, and either that's for Arena or Mjolnir Strike. If that happens, then you are going to want High Dragon Wall, period. That is your skill. That is going to be very important to you. I find that Mila's turn wheel is not all that valuable in Arena. There are some maps that have us exactly across from each other, but there aren't a lot of them. If there were more of them, that skill would be absolutely busted, because you could shut down the duo Robins, the duo Croms, all of those folks, and it would be very advantageous. But since that isn't the case, I really like Ploy there better. Being able to cover 3 rows is very powerful. Because you took off Mila's turn wheel, it means you're going to want to stack res. That's where Crystalline Water comes in. It also helps with the High Dragon Wall. As far as your Hall of Form skills, I mean, we talked about this, but Dragon's Roar is the thing. Like, you want that special, that's it. Understand that if you don't get it, it's not a make or break deal, because this is not really a damage dealing unit, but it is very nice and goes really well with what this unit does. This unit has high defense, high res, low speed. That extra damage reduction can help you against the last minute units where you're just trying to use this unit as a decoy while you run around and get pots. For the meme build, Pulse Up Blades is really going to be the critical thing you want to get here, as well as Occultist Strike, but that's Pulse Up Blades is where it's at. Getting that can make sure that you can over time charge up your AoE, and it can be very, very valuable. Fury 4 just depends on if you already have that in your barracks. If you do, then you can get some other skill, but know that for the meme build, you really want the Fury 4. For the arena bonus, again, we talked about the crystalline water. High Dragon Wall is so rare that that's going to be something that you really want to target. As far as what I'm looking for, I have a lot of the support skills already on my Mila, so I'd be going more for the arena build just for my personal purposes. Understand that you always, if you don't have to spend fodder on a Forma, then that is the way you should go. But if you already have that, it's available, then this is a very good build. We would rather have the solid ground version of Crystalline Water, but I mean, again, stacking res with High Dragon Wall is incredibly valuable, and Crystalline Water is rare. This is a set of rare skills and valuable skills for this unit. It's my suggestion. I spent the better part of 3 hours looking through how in the world you can properly use Duma. Here's the thing. This unit actually got a decent refine. At the time of the refine, it was very good. The thing that you should really notice about this unit is the ability to deal out damage. And he has a lot of different ways to do that, and it's very nice. You've got lulls and upheaval plus, and you've got all of this other stuff. The thing I do want to point out is that upheaval as a bolt tower is still very valuable. The hard part is getting this unit into combat, but we have the Emblem Celica ring, and that is just perfect for so many armors. Looking at the use cases, I know this seems weird to have this first build as support, but it's a lot of what we talked about before. Having High Dragon Wall and being able to stop ranged units from warping in, and in this case, stopping Peony and Plumeria from warping in is very valuable. It's something you want to pay attention to, and it's nice to get on your team. You've got Dragon's Roar here, you've got Upheaval Plus that we talked about. The thing that this unit is doing with the Celica ring is trying to warp behind the other team and be able to take out some of the squishy units, which with the high damage output, this unit can do. I didn't include the Sims on this one because of the Scowl skill and his follow-up denial. He does generally survive Ike unless the Ike has something special like no follow-up. I mean, it's you guys know how many flavors of Ike there are at this point, and there's no surefire way to take him out, but being able to survive him most of the time is very valuable and can sometimes stop up the opponent and give you time to get around them. Now, this next build is what really took a lot of time, and I wanted to see if there was some way to use this unit as a near save. The short answer is yes, but he needs Fallen Maria. The thing is, on offense, you don't see a lot of Fatal Smoke 4, so Fallen Maria is still, she has a lot of value in that area. Just remember that Winter Edelgard negates a lot of those miracle effects. But what you're seeing here is basically a cav line with the addition of Maria and using Duma as your near save. I really want to get further into that, but first we need to talk about the arena build, and I mean, this unit can definitely be used in Arena. Again, with the Celica Seal, using armors in Arena is so much better. It's a lot more palatable now, and this unit puts out a lot of damage. I mean, 72 attack is pretty good. So the Scowl skill in there, and the Ploy is nice, and this unit can do a lot of damage. There is an argument to still use Upheaval Plus because you do get lulls out of that, but for the most part, I'd rather have a Ploy. Ploy has a lot of value and is really good on this unit. So here it is, and you're gonna love this. Like, this is not something where I try to stack a whole lot in Duma's favor, but you will notice that some of the margins are kind of narrow. Understand, for Winter Edelgard, that is 2 combats that you're going in, so most likely what would happen is they would attack you once and then pull back and wait for the next turn. If you have Breath of Life on your defense, though, in particular on Maria in this case, this could be very valuable and could make that matchup a lot better. I didn't sim it that way. As far as regular Edelgard goes, because of High Dragon Wall, you're able to absorb that blazing flame and actually kill her back in 1 hit. So that is very nice. Nerthuz is an interesting pick here. I was looking for other Gale Force units, and you kind of get a stalemate with Nerthuz, but this makes it look better than it really is. What's happening is Nerthuz is just absolutely demolishing Duma, and Maria is coming in to save the day. So keep that in mind. And Sharena, I mean, This unit was not built for Sharena. That's all there is to it. What I will say is that the number one matchup you have to watch out for is Winter Edelgard, and really all of the Edelgards. I don't see Sharena as an initiator very much. I more see her as a secondary initiator. That means Duma's going to have to worry about her less. But I do have to mention the importance of Dragon's Wrath here. You aren't getting a whole lot of DR out of that because Winter Edelgard has a ton of piercing. Regular Edelgard is using AoEs, and these other two also have piercing going on. The thing that you're getting out of that is a lot of damage on the hit back, and that can help you a lot. As you can see, you're taking out Winter Edelgard and regular Edelgard. That is huge. And I mean, if you can actually destroy someone who's attacking you, you're having a good day. The last thing I'll say on this is absolutely max invest. So understand that, like, this is plus 10 and all the flowers and everything else. You really are running with some razor thin margins here. But the fact that you can do it is really neat, and when you can make a near save out of a mythic, it frees you up to have other things with your other units. As far as the holoform skills, understand that, I mean, probably you're going for high dragon wall on this, but what I will say is Canny Fighter is nice because of the daunts that it gives you. The debuffs that it gives in combat to the enemy are fairly handy, but there is a little bit of overlap with that and the follow-up denial that you already get. I like the Scowl skill a lot. Dragon's Roar is nice, and Fatal Smoke 4 is kind of just a fun thing. You get into C skills, and it's really near save, ploy, or preference, and that's kind of what you're looking at. Fatal Smoke is, again, against Ike it can help, but I can tell you this unit doesn't do a whole lot of damage versus Ike, honestly. The near save build, though, is very specific. Understand that you want exactly this. I've done a lot of optimization here. Earthfire boost is excellent. High Dragon Wall is a must for the AoEs, and then of course you've got attack, defense, near save. Again, you need attack, defense, near save. You need exactly this in order to get this going. I found that Armored Blaze did better than Dragon's Roar, and again, it's one of those things, you're getting approximately the same damage reduction, but what you are getting out of Armored Blaze is a harder hit back, because Duma has higher defense than res. The last one is the arena bonus, and I mean, whether you get attack res or defense res Scowl, it's really up to you. The key there is that high Dragon Wall. It's very, very rare, very important, very nice. The thing that Dragon's Roar gives you is a low cooldown special. So understand that is better than Aether, which is what you were giving this dragon before to score. So in that case, you get a lot of benefit out of that. As far as my target, mostly this is a Mjolnir Strike score bot for me. So, I mean, this is probably what I'm going for. I don't have a high enough investment to get the near save. I have to double down on that. Like, you really need everything in there. That is a tough thing to do. Looking at the upcoming Formas, I really just have 1 month for you, but I really like this one. Legendary Sigurd is... I mean, he's a bit past his prime, but it's still very unique what he does, and giving 1 extra movement is a lot of fun. Having this unit as an arena score bot is also very fun, but I really like Legendary Seliph. I still think there's ways you can make him work, and he's a lot of fun. He was the 0 to hero for me, so that's the one I will be looking forward to most. There are a lot of things you can get on Seliph that are a lot of fun. If you want to look over the past, and in particular looking at the top 5 most disappointing units in the game, I just did a top 5 worst video. Go check that out. Members, you are amazing. Thank you for all you do. Take care and schedule an appointment with your FEHologist real soon.